Hello, ladies. How are you all doing today? This is Tabitha here again. I just come to do not really an update on Flow. Still haven't showed up, and it is now cycle day 53. So right now I'm just waiting on cycle day one to roll around. Before I came on here, I had to go and check what cycle day I'm, because after I think the last video I did, I believe I just stopped counting. Unflow still haven't showed up, so I don't know what the deal is with that today. I've up until this point, Unflow has been coming every month like clockwork. Not necessarily the same day, but it's always around the same time in May. Like if it came on the 4th of the last month, it will come on around the 6, 7, 8, no more later than the 10th of the next month. So it's usually always around the same time. So I don't know what the deal is this month, and all of a sudden the cycle that I attempt to actually start physically trying, now Ain't Flow wants to act a fool, as I say. But the reason why I came to do this video, I kind of got this idea, and I mentioned it to I think it's Georgia Peach. I believe I mentioned commented to her on her last video that she made on how she was, and she was talking about how she was met up with a friend of hers that she hadn't seen in a long time, and when she did meet her, she realized that she was pregnant. She just experienced a loss. I can't quite remember how long ago it has been that she miscarried, but I believe this is such a great community, and we all here and we have the same common goal, which is to end up with a BFP, and we like to be there for one another. We like to be able to encourage one another, but YouTube only give us so much we can say to one another on here. Before I continue, I want to give us a great big congratulations to, I think it's Heavenly Keisha, who's delivered her triplets. I think may have been about 2 weeks ago now. I'm not quite sure. It might have been 2 weeks ago that she's had her triplets. So she was a TTC who had been trying for quite some time, and she finally got her BFP, and she had triplets. So congratulations, Keisha. Now back to what I was saying. I kind of had this idea, and I mentioned I commented it on Georgia Peach's video. It's Georgia Peach with some numbers behind it. I can't quite remember the numbers, but you know who I'm talking about. I kind of had this idea. I know since we all are here on Google, YouTube, that somewhere, some fashion, that we have a Google account, and most of us probably have set up a Google Plus profile of some sort. If not, you should, because it's a good thing. But I kind of had the idea that maybe sometime or another that we could all get together and set up a time that we all Google Plus has this thing called Google Hangouts, and you can connect to as many people as possible. I mean, I don't know if it's a limit or not, but you can connect with, and most of us have webcams on our laptops or on our phones or whatever the case may be, that we can have like this hangout section for TTCers where we can get together and have a group sort of like TTC hangout session where we can kind of talk to each other, encourage one another, and actually let out some of the things that we're feeling. Because Georgia Peach was mentioned by how she felt when she saw that her friend was pregnant, and she kind of felt some type of way about it, and was kind of not necessarily upset, but it kind of hit her. It makes you feel like, does the pain, do you ever really get over your loss? And or those that may have not even experienced the loss, but you've been trying for so long, and so you get to the point you don't necessarily want to let off the fact or let anybody know that you feel this way. But I've gotten to, there are points in my life that I've come to conclusion or whatever, that I feel like, if I see one more pregnant woman, I'm going to scream. And I don't. And sometimes you don't necessarily want anybody to know you feel like that's wrong. For those are TTC, and you kind of feel like you're wrong for feeling this way. But at the same time, you feel like you're human because this is something that you want so bad, and it's like it's all it is just a baby dance away, and you just can't seem to get to it. And so I thought that maybe some of us TTCers, if y'all were interested or whatever, that we can get together. If you have a Google account, a Google Plus profile, that we could all get together and kind of have a hangout session, and just kind of open up and talk about these things. Because like I've mentioned before, that I don't have a shoulder that I can go to and cry on, and when I'm feeling low. And before I got on here, I was on my Facebook page, and sure enough, the first thing in my news feed 33 more weeks to go, when I was like, she's pregnant too. And I promise I have like over 1,000 some friends on my Facebook page, and it seems like over half of them are pregnant. And I'm like, really? So and you want to be happy for them, but at the same time you feel like, so I mean, you just feel frustrated, and it hurts, but yet at the same time you want to be happy for them, because unless you could be happy for someone else, you can't expect a blessing to come to you. So I just thought that maybe it'd be a good idea for some to set up a time that if some of you have a Google Plus account, that we can have a live Google Hangout session for TTCers, and if those that are already expecting and want to come in and come want to join in, and let us know how does it make you feel now that you are expecting it. Now do you feel, now that you were expecting, do you feel like now that you kind of have to tiptoe around people that are still TTCing? Excuse me, because I've noticed on here that those people that have been TTCing a while and who've cried, shedded tears, slunk snot, and everything else, and now that they've gotten their BFP, it's like they've kind of shunned away from us. And so I just kind of want to get some kind of feedback, or have a live session where we can see each other face to face and really talk to each other without having a limited amount of space or a limited amount of characters that we can type in, and we can just kind of talk to each other and be there. We can all cry, whatever we need to do together, and just kind of let out our feelings and talk about different things that bother us, or like I said, for those that are expecting now that it's finally gotten their BFPs, you can come in kind of encourage those that are still TTC. So that's just a thought that I had, and I thought that would be a good idea to get on Google Plus Hangout and just kind of have this live session where I don't know if there's a limited amount of people that can join in on the Hangout, but I think as many as you probably won't. I don't know that I don't know, but I know more than 5 people, and I think I know more than 6 or 7 people can join in the Hangout and kind of all talk to each other at the same time, and it'd be like we're all in one room, but we're really not. We're just being able to see each other face. So if you ladies are interested in that, and would like to have a Google Plus Hangout have a live Google Hangout session on Google Plus, and if you have a profile, if you don't, it's really easy to set up one, and just so we can get on here and talk about some things, and really discuss how we feel. And this would be a great outlet for some of us, and so for some of those like myself who don't have someone that we can really go and talk to and vent and let out. So this is my outlet right here, just doing these videos for YouTube, and there's no one else that I really else can talk to other than my boyfriend at this time. So no one else really know what I'm going through other than myself, and I can't tell you how many times that I wet my pillow at night from tears because I'm just at a loss, and I just don't know what else to do. So if this is something that you ladies are interested in, you can either inbox me, or you can comment down below and let me know. Send me your Google Hangout link or whatever to your profile, and we'll connect, and we'll all get together and we have this great big TTC community hangout discussion. So if you're interested, just let me know. And I'll talk to you later. You all have a blessed day. Bye bye.